Hey, so I wanted to make a video, basically, like a couple people have asked about it and, or my advice on this general topic. So I wanted to make a video discussing, like my coming out story, which, um, I don't know, there's not much of a story for me. Like, I'll admit, in a lot of ways, when it comes to just who I am, I, and my family's reaction to that, I've been incredibly lucky. Like, if I believed in a God, I would definitely say I was blessed. When I first, like, I first knew that I liked girls, and guys as soon as I realized that I liked other people. I don't know, I was equally attracted to both genders for as long as I can remember. And I didn't think to label that as anything because when I was younger, I figured that was how everyone was. I figured that everyone was attracted to everybody else. Like, I don't know, I didn't think that was abnormal. I just kind of assumed that people thought other people were beautiful. So I didn't think I needed to tell anyone anything like, oh, hey, I have this thing, because I don't know, I thought it was the norm. So I first came out to my parents when I was, I think, like 12. They just were like sitting on a couch or something, because the way my parents raised me was they wouldn't tell me their political and religious beliefs. Like, if I asked them questions about it, they would say, well, what do you think? So that their opinions couldn't influence me. So I had no idea how they were going to react to my opinions, but I liked that because it was scary as fuck, but it made it to where they were actually my opinions. So I appreciate that my parents did that, but it was really scary at the time. So I like sat my parents down in the living room in the oh so cliche, you might want to have a seat for this kind of fashion. And I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm bisexual, because that was the label I was using at the time. And my mom just said, sweet, me too, and then high fived me. And that was it. And so I look over at my dad, and he's just like, if it feels good, do it. That was my coming out to my parents story. It was got a high five and told, if it feels good, do it, which is like my dad's philosophy. Because I don't know how many of you know this, but my mom is bisexual, and my dad's pansexual, and my sister's bisexual, and my brother is straight. He's the weird one of the family. But then again, I guess in a way he still fits in because he likes girls. All of us do. But yeah, so the way that I came out more like publicly, I guess, was also when I was 12, and I chose like the absolute worst time I could have, really, because I was at school. One of my friends had recently come out as being bi, and people were like giving her hell for it. Like, they kept teasing her, and because I mean, we're in South Carolina, we were 12, it was middle school. People already were inclined to take whatever insecurity you had and just pick at it. And then, like I said, South Carolina, like, no way in hell they're gonna take someone who's doesn't fit their little normative view of the world and like just let them get by with it. So my friend had come out as bi, and people were being assholes about it, and so while we were in the girls' locker room for PE is when I'm like, you know what, I'm bi too, with like a bunch of girls around me in their underwear, and oh my god, they were all so uncomfortable after that. They did not like me. I mean, people already were mean to me in middle school, but after that, oh my god, they did not take kindly to me saying it at that time in that way, and that was not a very bright move on my part, but I don't really care. That's kind of my style. So, and then it's like people forgot by the time that I got to high school, or I was friends with new people, or had friends. I don't know. And so then, like, my either junior or senior year, over Formspring, someone asked me if I was gay, or someone said I was gay anonymously, and I was like, "You're half right." Um, and so then, of course, like, all my friends read my Formspring apparently, which I didn't even know. So then the next day they were like, "You like girls?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm bi." I thought that was common knowledge at this point. And so I don't know. All of them were just kind of, even though I was friends with so many people that like went to Christian academies or that were very conservative and very Christian, no one really gave me hell about it. They were all just kind of like, "Cool. I that's not how I feel, but you know, it's your life. Do what you want. So I've been fortunate enough to have really accepting people in general in my life. People are more inclined to hate me for being an atheist than they are for my sexuality, it seems. But yeah, so those are my coming out stories. And then kind of my humorous twist, I guess, is every year now on coming out day, I come out to my mom again. Like I'm like, Mom, you might want to have a seat for this, and then I tell her that I'm gay, or pansexual, or whatever label seems most appropriate at the time, because I really think labeling it at all is just kind of silly. But so whatever label feels like it fits the best in that moment is the one that I'm like, Mom, I'm whatever. And it's funny because my brother and sister have kind of taken to doing that too. So David's like, Mom, Dad, I'm straight. And they're more disappointed in him for that than anything, really. Because, I mean, that's so boring, you know? Like, but I can't blame him. Chicks are hot. Anywho, so yeah, that's kind of my coming out story. I know it's not much of a story, and you don't have to tell me. I know I'm incredibly, incredibly lucky. I have, like, the best parents in the world. But to make up for it, my grandparents suck in general. Like, if you go back not too far on my dad's side of the family, I'm pretty sure that there's a murderer in there somewhere. All of them are racist and homophobic. And they're racist in ways where they say, I'm not a racist, but those people. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I related to you? So, yeah. My mom has a cool sister, though. So, got one extended family member that's awesome. But then the rest of them, for the most part, I mean, when you tell someone that you're gay and they're like, I still love you anyway, I'm like, what do you mean anyway? There's nothing to love me in spite of. You shouldn't feel the need to tell me you still love me. It should be assumed. You're my fucking family. So my extended family really sucks, but my parents make up for it. So I know I'm lucky. So yeah, that's my coming out story, and I hope you enjoyed my ramblings. And I love you guys. And if your coming out story wasn't so easy, feel free to talk with me about it, and I'll do my best to cheer you up and comfort you. Or my parents can like adopt you, and or for any of my friends that are like in real life friends that might happen to see this, or really, I guess, to anyone, if you need someone there to come out with, like if you don't think you can do it on your own, I will be by your side holding your hand. And I don't care if that means that if you're a woman coming out as lesbian, that your parents assume that means that I made you gay and that then they want to attack me. I can handle that. If you need someone there with you or you want to talk to somebody, I'm here. And as always, I love you guys.